gotta keep it steady, baby, cause things are getting heavy. Keep it steady, let me be the one to make you feel it. Running through the hours like the minutes, let me be the one. Shout out to Sohrahb. I just worked with Sebastian Gonzalez and Sohrahb. I forgot Sohrab's last name. He's an Iranian dude. And Joshua Dodge. Had fun with them on the tower. So, what's up, guys? Before I start, let me introduce myself as your host, Teddy Peso. I am back on another stream. I've been working hard this past week. But before working this week, I had injured my foot on a switch flip. Right, it was a switch flip on this stage I usually skate on. So let me show you the initial injury. Right, I'll show you the switch flip. Where is it? Right here. This trick. Boom! There goes my ankle. I fall. Anyway, fast forward. Whatever. I injured my foot. Right. Which is probably one of the biggest sprains I've had in recent times. So I don't know why that video. Oh yeah, why that video is ahead of my other videos. But there's my initial foot timestamped on the 7th. That ankle blew up. Look how big that ankle was, right? That's on May 7th. If I'm remembering correctly, yeah, that's on a Saturday, right? So that was probably Saturday night or that day, right? There's no bruising yet. It's just a puffed up ankle, right? So fast forward this to Sunday night. Yeah, this is by Sunday night. I open up my ankle brace, started bruising, right? Started bruising, right? Right? Even more of a bruise. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, well, I gotta get to work. I mean, tomorrow, I gotta start working. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm talking this to my babe, to Stephanie. Shout out to Stephanie. But I remember when she was losing her voice because around this time of the year, allergies started coming out. Everyone started getting sick again. Whatever the case may be, right? But she felt so distraught because she couldn't talk at all. She couldn't use her voice. So this is like the same situation for me, where like it's my foot and I'm going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. I haven't gone to work before with an injury. I have been injured at work. My head, I got 5 stitches, 5 staples on the top of my head when a boom gate fell. We were building inside a shop. But I went to work the next day. But everyone knew about that. This one, I told Francisco. I didn't really tell Jeff or Derek about it. And look at that. On the other side of the ankle, the inside part of my ankle, a lower bruise showed up, right? Look at that. That ankle was puffy. You could barely see the bone right there, right? Where the ankle sticks out. So now this is the 8th. It was that Sunday night still. I went back to my apartment. The bruise got bigger on that other side of the ankle. Now the look at the ankle looks fat. Now there's dead blood everywhere, right? I believe that's still Sunday. That's still Sunday, right? Look at that foot. There goes another side shot. So I gotta go work. I gotta climb towers. Now I'll get into that after I've shown these pictures. Right? I'm still at home because we're gonna go out of town. Right? Okay, so now okay, so Monday comes around, right? We're supposed to go to this other side, take photos or whatever. and lay this cable grab, whatever. And he's all, what about your foot? Because I know Francisco had injured himself too. And I forgot what site we were. He just rolled his ankle. We were in Huron. Now I come back and I show him on the Monday morning meeting when we all the tower techs, all the brothers get up to the shop. I had showed him. I was like, look, look at me skateboarding. I had rolled my ankle. I was like, oh, he's like, oh no. So when we get to the first tower of the work week, right? I was like, I'm certainly gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know his foot was hurting, my foot was hurting, but Babe, shout out to Babe. She gave me a capsule full of ibuprofen. Maybe I was drugged up with a lot of ibuprofen. I was like, I can walk on it. So I climbed this monopole. It's pegs. It's not that tall. It's maybe around 80 feet, somewhere around there. I don't know. Climb that sucker. Come back down. I was kind of proud of myself. So that's one tower, right? So now we get this fiber loss, right? On or I wouldn't say fiber loss. I would say it's link failure. I can't say too much about the technologies in the radios. But there's this thing called, when we're troubleshooting, is link failure, which is meaning that something wrong with the power or something wrong with the radio. Everything's not working. It can't be the fiber because the fiber is working good. I told him all I seen was flashing green lights on the check mark, but I never seen any blue or red lights, which that means the radio is restarting and rebooting, but it didn't show any of that, right? So now we go to our second tower. We've been to this tower before. This is my second tower with the bruised foot, right? So that's May 9th, and this is after I climbed that monopine. This is about 154 rad center, I believe, is around the same height. That's after I've climbed. Wait. No. This is probably after the first tower I've climbed. This is before the next tower I'm going to climb, which is the one in Willits. Right? This is where I was in Willits. So this is the second tower. I didn't manage to get a video. Well, I did get a video of the other one, the first tower, but this is Willits. This is the monopine. This is the second tower I've climbed with the sprained ankle. That's the second monopine I was climbing. So where's that? Do I have another post photo of that day of my foot? So now we're in Ronert Park, which I got kicked out. Anyway, but that's another story in hand. So that's the night where I climbed 2 towers now, right? The bruising, the swelling has gone back down, but there's still some dead blood in there. It's getting skinnier. The ankle brace works really good. The ankle brace kept it stiff enough, and the boot kept it stiff enough so I was able to climb fairly. I just couldn't move my ankle left and right. It can just go like this barely, right? So that's my inflamed ankle right there. This was on the 10th. Right? This is before Jenner. We're gonna go to Jenner because when we stay in Ronert Park, that means we're gonna climb the Jenner site. So here goes another video. Okay, so now at this part, we're in Jenner. Our job here to do is to get a couple of some punch items. I can't tell you enough of how much of what the technology is. But without being in detailed form, you see that tower? That's my third tower on this bruised ankle, right? I was like, hey, I've already climbed a monopine, and a monopole. A monopole is a tower with no branches on it, right? So I climbed in Geyserville. I climbed a monopole, and then in Willits I climbed a monopine. So now, fast forward to that, stay in Ronert Park, And then we're going to go to Jenner, which is on the highway of 101 or whatever it is, closest to the Pacific, right, in California. So fast forward to that. That's the third tower that I've climbed with this ankle, right? So our job was to get some VQA punch items, right? Video quality edited. Without going further into what I'm saying right now, I'm not trying to put the company on blast or anyone in trouble. What I'm basically saying, explaining how my work week was with you guys, so I could come back and share and give you guys some content, right? So I should have did the intro first for the game, but hey, I'm already further into my story. So let's just finish this story and introduce you to the game in an episode that I'm going to do. Anyway, so our job was on every position, on position 3, which is there's a significant number in order where the antennas land or whatever. So position 3, which is if you're facing the boom gate outwards into the wilderness or whatever, position 3 would be to your left, right? Because if you're looking from outside into towards the boom gate, from left to right is positions 1, 2, 3, sometimes a fourth one is there. Anyway, every position 3, he wanted the VQA guy port caps on them and black tape to weatherproof them. Now, me learning is like, I just thought they had black tape on it, but I did the VQA with Jake Willis. He said that you need to leave a little bit of space to show the bottom of the antennas or bottom of the port cap to show him that this is not plastic. Now I go up there, that and what we need is on position 1 on alpha, it needs 6 inches of straight on the outside parts of the jumpers, which is left and right on the outside part of the antenna on underneath. And we needed to fiber coil every fiber that's from the radios leading to the squid. They were set up in blocks and they weren't passing them with the video quality edit that I did. So that means we needed to take these fiber winder thingies to wrap around on beta. Now beta I did really good. It took me a while, but I asked him, hey, does this look good? Blah, 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 blah. I fiber wind it and I only used 2 stacks and I installed them myself. And beta, I went to the port caps. I ripped every single tape out from the last time and just redid them because they don't want no flagging. Flagging means there's a tape that's flagging, so that means it causes that to turn loose and get really dry, and that means the whole freaking tape that you just wrapped around that port cap is going to be loose, and we don't want that. We need to weatherproof that so we can use that for future. That's why that antenna is sitting right there, and it doesn't have jumpers going underneath it because it's going to be used for future occasions. But anyway, let's get back to the Jenner day. This is the 3rd day that I'm on my sprained ankle. Now, he had finished his VQA, whatever stuff that he needed to do on the thing. I was like, hey, me, I can't. Sometimes I'm set out to do something and I'm going to do it right, but no matter how long it's going to take me, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to take the photos or the podcast, blah, 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 blah. Every angle that I could possibly think of, even underneath. More pictures. What did I learn in the industry? It's always good to have more pictures, even if they're not right. It's good to have more options, tend to have less pictures or a cable that you cut too short. Cutting it for too long is way better because look, even if it's 25 feet long, you did it one time. So you don't need to constantly go up and remeasuring that grounds that you cut from the radio to the bus bar. You know what I'm saying? You're saving the company more money and more manpower to go up to switch that. So it's always good to have more and more options when to do this job, right? So he sends me an email from all the punch items, whatever. I didn't look at it. I would just set out to do the things I do. He says he's coming up. Francisco says he's going to come up and help me. He says, because he says, where are you at? How you been doing? I was like, I just got beta done. I took all the, he's like, okay, take photos of it before you go. And I was like, you know what? I already got all the photos of the fiber winder thing that you wind the fiber all into it. And also the position 3 port caps with the black tape on them. I did flawlessly. I did good. Didn't need to go back to it. Now on Gamma, I was having a little bit of trouble with that. While he did Alpha, 6 inches to straights of those 2 jumpers. He also did position 3's port caps with the black tape. And he also did that fiber winder on the squid. Francisco is beast. He's hella fast. And now he also climbed up with his sprained ankle. Now, I had a little bit trouble with Gamma. I was going insane. And he helped me, I think, with one thing. He just put the zip tie on the other side to secure the cords on Gamma. But pretty much I installed everything else. He helped me with that. I was getting frustrated. And, we're on our, I assumed that we didn't need Gamma's photos. And I get down, it's like, did you give me Gamma's port cap position 3 photos? And I was like, I thought he didn't need that. He's like, no, he's asking for all 3. And what clicked in my head, I was like, I know this needs to be done. I was like, we're already getting the easiest form of it is pictures, right? And I'm like, all I gotta do is, when he said that, I was like, I guess this is, mind you, we've already gone back down to the floor 155 feet or 154 feet. So I was like, hey, I'll be back. So I got my happy butt up there. It was 4 p.m. and I climbed back up there. So I basically climbed 300 feet that day. I climbed my happy butt up there. Yo, what are you about, Ted? Are you about this life, or are you just about to be like, yo, I'm tired, man. My ankle's hurting, blah, 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 blah. What did I do? I said, I'll be back. I climbed that tower. I got to Gamma. I got to position 3. I lowered myself with that positioner. I ripped every tape off. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get these photos, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to take every port cap was filled. I don't know how many port caps it is. But I think it was about, I would like to say, okay, so I don't have any photos in here showing it. But I don't know, I would like to say 15, maybe 15 port caps. I'm guessing off the top of my head. So I grabbed my black tape, right? And I was taping it with the wind and whatever. Jenner's always very windy. Jenner is always windy, and it's just like, if it's a sunny day and I'm like, you're gonna get wind right after you climb over the tree line, it's always gonna be windy. That's why I told Francisca, hey, when you get up here, bro, just bring your sweater. But anyway, this is just me up on the tower. I'm like, I'm taping it every one by one. I'm like, hey, the quicker you do this, the quicker we get home. Boom, boom, boom. Tape each port cap, and then take pictures, multiple pictures, timestamp photos, multiple pictures, left side, middles, right side, every side, almost. I didn't do the ones in the front, but I'm like, because I don't really need to go out in the front as long as it shows. I'm showing it from a side view, and then another side view, and then underneath diagonally, just to show them every freaking angle that, hey, look, it's metal. And look, I taped it, no flagging, right? Get back down. Francisco's like, oh, come back down now, hero. He's a good dude. I was like, yo, I'm just a regular guy paying my own regular bills, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, mind you, so now we're going home. He has 2 days off. But I go home. I find out I'm going to be with Joshua Dodge, Sebastian Gonzalez. Now, this is the 4th site, or the 4th tower I climbed. It's another monopole. There was only one self-supporter, but these are pegs. Jenner was pegs. This is a peg site. You know what I'm saying? So all all week, right? All week, nothing but pegs. No ladders, that's okay. That's okay, baby, it's alright. I know I love ladders, but at the same time, the pegs, it just makes you more experienced. You know what I'm saying? And especially monopoles. There's this guy I know, Jason. He always used to talk about monopoles. Always scary, you know. But when I get to him, I get what he's saying, but it's not that scary if you know how to climb it. You know what I'm saying? Always stay cautious. Know how gravity is, and respect the gravity. You know what I'm saying? Respect your arms. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to push yourself, but don't push yourself to the point where you burn out your arms and you freaking fall into your equipment and someone has to save you and now you become a liability. You know what I'm saying? Always know that you're at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone's going harder than you don't mean that you're not trying as hard, or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Just people are different on the scale and tier levels of when you push yourself, when you are pushing yourself, when do you yourself hold yourself accountable, and when do you not? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are different. Don't get too much in your head, because I know I do too. It's like, oh, Ted, you're a lot older, or you've been here a while. Yeah, you could climb, but yo, you're not as smart. You know what? Turn that voice off. Turn to the voice where it's mostly like, hey, you've done this before, though. Hey, and this is what you have to offer, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may not be as quick here, may not be as smart, but let's stop thinking about that and let's start thinking about how smart you are, and then let's try to be even more smarter. And if you keep talking about yourself not being as smart, then you're not going to be as smart. Let's focus on the things that we're good at. And let's strengthen those. And if we really want to strengthen our weaknesses, well then, let's get some thick skin with yourself and be realistic on yourself and be like, what is really you're bad at? And if we want to fix that, then how do we get better at that? You know what I'm saying? Rather than just like, oh, I'm not as good. Oh, I'm not as good. I get that. We get that. Then let's take that out of the equation. And let's strengthen it. So this is the fourth tower. Seabass, me and Sohrahb go climb up. I'm freaking tired. I'm already having like, hey, you know, I've done a lot. For me, I'm not saying that, I'm the greatest tower. No, for me, knowing where I came from, a good old janitor from Goodwill, and to see myself now climbing with that foot, the show must go on. I told Francisco, I said, I'm certainly going to try. I'm going to try to go up there. If you're still injured, hey, he's my foreman. If you're still injured, I'm going to definitely try and climb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to certainly try. So me and Sebastian and Sohrahb go up there. Our job is to hook up all the fibers on the radio, right? Now we're looking in all these radios. They don't have no fiber cards in them. Okay, cool. So it's me, and mainly it's me, and freaking Seabass is gonna run the fiber, and Sohrahb's gonna help us out with anything that we need help with. And we do this we start on beta, we go to alpha, then we go to gamma. I think we ended at gamma. I'm tired as heck. After we get done, here's another side. Maybe I have the pictures. So this is in Galt. This is the fourth day. I just helped put all the fibers inside that squid, right? I put all the fibers coming from all the radios, me and Sebastian, we routed them, and we put them on the fiber winder to things like I did in Jenner. Yup. That's Sohrahb right there, Seabass to my left. It's pretty stacked right there. All the sectors are pretty close to each other. That one is not too tall. It's about 95 to 106 feet, I think. It's 106 feet. Not bad, right? Not bad. We get down. Joshua was talking about, I want stuff done. I need this all done. Whatever photos. He said tape drop photos, center line, whatever. A collar mount, tape drop photos, whatever. 6 o'clock we get there. Derek shows up, gives us all the items we need, SFP cards, whatever. We get to the shop. We go up. So today, I thought my job was going to be like doing tape drops. But we get up there and I'm like, I'm so unprepared. I didn't bring my crimpers. I should have known better. This is another time of humbling. I should have known better. I should have grabbed my frickin' 3/8 nut driver, my crimpers, my frickin' lotzers. I should have bring all this. We go up. It's mainly wiring the squids. You know what I'm saying? Because we already landed the fiber inside of them. Next is the power trunks. Now so now we get up there, right? Oh, my foot's already hurting. Because by Thursday and Friday it was hurting. Maybe I wasn't taking as much as ibuprofen, but I should be doing. But I took it up there. I bring everything, but the freaking squid tools that I needed to use. So I start off a little slow. But Josh is mainly doing his thing. He's about to get his done. Seabass is coming to a close second. And now I needed to borrow their tools. And what I did with the power trunks is I taped it underneath the squid bracket where it supports, where all the little holes that have supports. I just tape it, I open it up, I cut it. That's trunk 1. I cut trunk number 2. Man, after I've lugged everything, I forgot to put the little grommet that's going to go inside the middle part of the squid where it's supposed to be 2 chunks going in it. But he's all like, that's going to be something that is going to take a while. And then, it's basically like, damn, you messed up, But I was like, I've been sitting here the whole day wiring this. Am I going to just quit now? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to quit now? So I'm in the process. So now I'm in charge of like all the radios around me, put all the SFP cards, whatever, while he does that. And while Sebastian finishes his freaking squid, because by this time Josh finished the squid already. He's a foreman. But I was like, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to take out all the freaking hardware on all the little neg 48s and the returns on each of the power trunks and the drainage wires, right? And take every freaking individual freaking squid hardware off of those freaking lugs, right? And push them all out, take them all out underneath from the squid, and then put the freaking O-ring, a little oval ring inside of one of them. And then the other one, he told me, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good thing you messed up. That's what he told me when I got down to the tower yesterday. He says, good thing you told me, because the other one was supposed to go to the far left of another hole. I was like, oh my god. But it kind of seemed easier because that goes into its own hole. And there's a little specific rubber piece that goes into the other hole. And it's like, so basically before you start wiring the squid, you need to take this cap that came out of that single area where the power trunk needs to go to, and what you need to get the power trunk, and you slide that ring that's supposed to secure it, right? And then you take another rubber piece that's supposed to go around it, so when you tighten it, that rubber piece is supposed to lock it in. But anyway, you put the ring, the twister cap, and you put the O-ring inside on top and underneath the freaking power trunk, and then you shove it up the freaking squid, and then you wire it or you relug it like you in my purpose, in my situation, to push it up and put those attachments on first before you start wiring, because now that's another step that you had to do, which is super long. I was able to at least get it off the next hour, I believe, because I've already cut the damn thing. You've already cut the length of the freaking cords of the neg 48s and the returns. Luckily, I just had to grab everything out, but sucks because there's some shiners and there are also some labels that I had ripped. That's another thing that I needed to put all the labels. But hey, I'm a troubleshooter. I'm probably going to have to go back to that site. I'm not saying this because why I did a poor job. I'm basically saying that it's probably going to be good if I come back to that anyway, because that's the one I did, and I want to correct that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for VQAing, it's probably going to be us for VQAing anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I just know if I come back up there, I know that was me, and I would like to even fix that. But for that day, I put all the where it needs to go, and if they fire it up, it probably is going to work. But that's another thing. I also dropped the spark shield on top of the freaking business that we were working at. I was like, oh! So basically, my story of the introduction on this video is like, hey, you gotta get in where you fit in. And I remember he told me, he said, hey, have you done DC9s before? He's like, yeah, but I was like, yeah, I've done these before. Enough to know that I should know how to wire this squid. And I knew how to do it with, I was like, wait. I looked at it because there's A1, A2, A3. Depending on which way it goes, up or down, you got to look at it, because blue starts in 1, 2 starts with the orange, and then 3 starts with green. Blue, orange, green is how you should always wire it. Bog. Blue, orange, green. And depending on which number shows, if one shows to on the top and it goes down, that means blue, orange, green. Now, if one is on the bottom, it's blue, orange, green. You know what I'm saying? So, like, looking at it, the good thing about our job is like, everyone's like, it's just physical work. You just climb, whatever. It's just basically grunt work. But it's also like, you also have those different ways through your mind can be aware of the time and be aware of your surroundings. Like, okay, you're like this. Like me, I was so focused on wiring the squid, just wiring it, that there was other steps that I had missed. And I did, whether I wasn't sure or not, I didn't ask any questions. And this is what it helped me learn yesterday, to be like, okay, this is where I'm at with the squids. All right, you're getting better at it, but now this lesson that happened to yesterday, where it's like, okay, we had to spend a little bit more time, but Josh was like, Ted, if you fix this, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one less thing for them to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I remember he was saying something. I was like, man, I would like to fix this, and I did it. I knew there wasn't enough more time to waste, and I stayed vigilant and I stayed on my task. Now, I didn't get to the radios that I was supposed to put fiber cards in them, but there are moments that will arise and problems that will arise, and you gotta find the best course of action for you to get your job done, right? And if you're slower than the others, hey, at least finish your task. Josh had climbed down, it was just me and Sebastian up there. This is a good kid. Love this kid. Sebastian is good. He's our top hand. 22 years old. But you know what I'm saying? He's all, stay here until it's done. And I finally get it done, and I was so proud of myself. I just want to share this story because it's tough. It's tough in an industry. It's tough in your job. Wherever you go, it's going to be tough. There's always going to be elements in your job that you're going to be frustrated on. There's always going to be moments that there's going to be some things that people were calling me in a tower, and I'm like, you know what? I can't multitask. This is where I need to prove myself and how to get better. And these squids are usually the hardest things to deal with. These squids are very meticulous and very particular on how it's supposed to be built. And if you don't build it right, someone has to come back there and do it the right way. And they're going to have a tough time doing it because there's just things should have been, if it's done right, then no one needs to come back there and risk their lives and fixing that thing that you just did. But you got to get in where you fit in, and you got to get your skills somehow. And I was one of the guys to go there and help wire the squids. I was the third guy to help wire the squid. That's just important. That's important enough. You know what I'm saying? Those squids are important. Those squids power ups those freaking radios and antennas so that you can have connection, so you could watch this video on your telephone, on your Twitch, and on your YouTube or whatever. And now I just remembered that I'm supposed to go to my Twitch channel to see if my audio is working. Ah! Let's see if this is working. No. Is it working though? Okay, it's working. It's working. Yes, yes. Without further ado, it's your host Teddy Peso. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to come watch me play one of my favorite video games of all time, superheroes. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. You just tuning in. I was just going about my Teddy rants and my Teddy Tower talk. Welcome, welcome. It's a Saturday. My ankle is still healing. It's still, I don't think it's bruised that much, but it's still healing. And before Babe and Kai comes over, I wanted to do a good old Marvel's Miles Morales Spider-Man theme stream. And the last mission that we did was Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales was Tinker Tailor Spider's Spy. And the next mission that we are going to do is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Thicker Than Blood. And without further ado, it's your host Teddy Peso. I'm back. We're ready to go. Thank you, Sohrahb. Thank you for the freaking tool lanyards. These are so dope. I love them. Thank you, man. That's my guy right there. That's a good thing, though. Like, when you start a new job and you're just always there, you're always leveling up, learning experience, there's always going to be newer guys there that's always going to look up to you because you've always already done this. You've done this job, and they're looking for you for leadership. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good thing about just my job. You know, I thought about it. So the last time we played this game was May 6th. Let's start. Let's continue this. Okay.
Hey,
let's go.
The Oscorp Science Center. It's closed for renovations.
Oh my! Our energy converter that won the middle school science fair. That's how she's gonna finish making the new form unstable enough to blow up Roxxon Plaza.
Whoa! It's like she picked it to get back at you.
Maybe she did. Thanks, Genki.
It's my job. Speaking of, time to help your mom evacuate Harlem. Later.
Okay. Oscorp Science Center. Finn needs to know what'll happen if she goes through with her plan. And if she won't listen, I'll take the form. Destroy it if I have to.
Wow. So, Thicker Than Blood, head to the Oscorp Science Center. Leave a comment and like down below when this comes to my YouTube channel. But right now I'm on Twitch. Leave comments on the chat if you want to, or not, or you can just watch. Let me know if there's been situations at your job. But what situation?
Leave a message and I'll listen to it eventually.
What situations arise at your job? And what did you do to troubleshoot it?
But you need to listen.
And what were your feelings that you were feeling during the time?
The length of your message has exceeded this user's
Hold on.
Please hang up and...
He's still talking. You know, are there certain situations that happen to your job? Were there difficult moments that you didn't think that you were going to come out of? What was the proving grounds that it took for you to get better at your job? You know what I'm saying? What are those moments for you that made you a lot better? You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, I was proud of myself. Yesterday, or last week, or no, it's still the same week because it's Saturday, right? So this last week, I climbed freaking 4 towers, right? One of them, I think I climbed twice. No, actually, Jenner, I climbed twice in one day. The Galt site, I climbed twice, but 2 different days. But I was just like coming off of that, I was just proud. I was like coming from a skateboarding injury, so passionate about skateboarding. I was like, whatever, trying to get the switch flip with a brand new board, brand new shoes. Didn't get it. I wasn't really mad, but I was just like, oh, I'm injured. And I'm like, I was kind of tripping when I was on the way to work, but I kind of wasn't, because I was like, I know what I've done. I know my work ethic. It's not like I'm just gonna like use this as an excuse, you know. But I was proud of myself. I didn't tell our other bosses. I just told Francisco, and I worked throughout this week with a sprained ankle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would Spider-Man do? He loves New York passionately enough to save it. You think a broken foot is gonna stop him? You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't no Miles Morales or Peter Parker. You know, I ain't saying that. I'm not gonna fight like 13 thugs in one time. You know what I'm saying? I just know what to handle. You know what I'm saying? But what I can do for my foreman and for my company and for my team and for my crew is to be a helping hand and to be the best possible Ted Gonzalez that I am. Teddy Peso, whatever you want to call me. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to be the best version of myself, whether no injury or not. Ow! What is this? How rude! During Teddy talk. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh.
Sorry about this, Nick.
No! That's his uncle! The Prowler! Okay, I gotta remember not to talk during the cutscenes.
Can't let you go back out there. Let Krieger and the Tinkerer kill each other. Go back to being Spider-Man when the heat dies down.
And what? Just hide down here? I don't get to pick and choose when I'm Spider-Man. I gotta stop Finn.
That's right, Miles!
I've been trying to teach you that, but you don't listen.
You want me to survive so bad? Why sell me out to Krieger?
Wasn't a sellout.
Yeah.
I'm serious. You were never supposed to get caught. Krieger broke our deal.
You want it back in the family, and that's the best you could do?
I saved your life.
You threw me in a cell!
To protect you.
Like this is protecting me?
Damn it, Miles! I'm not gonna lose you too.
And I'm not gonna let people die, just to save my son. You underestimated me.
Watch out! Venom punch!
Damn it, no!
He's an uncle! Whoa! The Prowlers? Uh-oh.
Then I'll do
Oh! Watch out now! I gotta fight my uncle? Stop it!
His cloaking tech. I need to short it. This isn't about me at all. It's about you. You're afraid.
Don't you turn this on me!
When are you gonna understand I have
Come on.
to fight for this city?
When are you gonna understand you can't do that if you're dead?
Watch out!
My dad will see us now.
He'd understand that I gotta protect you.
Let's go. Come on.
I'm not gonna let you go back.
Let's go.
out there.
I need to find him. Hit him with venom.
Get him!
How messed up
Let's
this
go! Come on, Unc. What you got? Oh, missed it. Stay down, Unc.
I'm the only one trying to save you.
is. And I'm trying to save everyone else.
You let him know who you are. Watch out! What are you, the Black Panther? Come on now. Or the Purple Panther. No, the Purple Prowler. I'm just like... who laughs like that? Watch out! Oh!
You can't.
I have to try.
Stay back, nephew. Didn't your mentor teach you about picking your battles?
He taught me to put other people ahead of myself.
Yeah, you talking about Peter, huh?
get better.
Right. Dog eat dog. I know that's what's the bad part about our world. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna add to that statistic. We're just gonna be bad because everyone's bad too. Huh? Is that why? Just because people do bad things, we're just gonna do bad things back to them? Just because the world's like that doesn't mean I gotta be like them too. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, Unc. If we stop being good, then what the heck's gonna happen for the kids in the future, huh? We're just gonna be all bad people? Ted, you talk too much.
What are you over the city, huh? You didn't ask to be Spider-Man.
Let's go, Miles.
Get back. We would have been all right before Spider-Man got a hold of you.
Stay away from that.
Oh! Come on. Ah!
I told you, you do.
Let's go. Punch him. My nose is itchy. Watch out! Oh!
Throw yourself at enemies you can't beat. Know who else did that?
Don't say his name.
You want your mom to bury you too? I won't let you.
No! What?
More tests from your buddy that rocks on?
I am deaf. You can't keep up. You're naive, nephew. Still the kid looking up to Spider-Man.
No, I'm the kid who knows people are looking up to me.
Let's go. Get your hologram butt out of here.
You were never gonna accept me as Spider-Man. The risk I gotta take?
You're right. I'm done letting my family die trying to play hero. How far will you take this? You gonna kill yourself proving you deserve that mask?
If that's what it takes.
You're a little harder in the fight than the usual ones.
Man, please, don't do this. Don't throw your life away.
I'll do what I have to. Just like you.
No!
Give up on this, young blood.
Oh, these fighting is all the time. Oh! Oh! Come on!
Let someone else risk their life to stop
Oh.
you on the ground. Not you.
Let's go. Oh, he got out of there quick!
Which one's the real you?
Web swing! Web swing! Finish him! Let's go! Yeah! Woohoo!
Can't counter every trick.
Oh!
You a little is how I saved your life. I'll do it.
Come on! Let's go! Get on! Family drama, baby! Trophy earned! Let's go! Sorry, Unc! I'm just playing. Let them know what's up!
I let you down. We're family.
Family? That didn't stop you from lying to me, manipulating me, fighting me? Being family isn't enough anymore.
Oh.
It doesn't have to be like this. You, me, hating each other? That's how it happened between me and your dad. I don't want to repeat that.
I don't either. But I can't be the person you want to turn me into. I can't turn my back when people need me. I have to be better than that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the kids in the world could learn a lot from a fictional character called Miles Morales. See what I'm saying? Like real scientists. That's a really quick stream right there. Like real scientists. Like real scientists.
Then I told him we're done. For good.
Like
Sorry. That's...
real
That can't have been easy.
It's what I had to do.
scientists.
I'm headed to the Science Center. Call me if things get bad in Harlem.
I will. Good luck, Spider-Man.
Now I'm gonna do a manual save like I usually do. Right? Yep, thicker than blood. Sorry, 14, 12:30. Yup, it's your host Teddy Peso. That was a quick stream. You know, like I said, I'm going to do each level. This is why I like playing. You know, Marvel's Spider-Man, the first one, was a really good.
Need to try Finn.
It was a really good game for me.
This user does not accept calls from
Hold
this
on.
number. Please hang up now.
That's after this.
Seriously?
This is pretty cool because like this is like orange and black and it's like Tiger Team, like me and Francisco. These are sick. Anyway, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales was, or not Miles Morales, but two of these games. Actually, the first one actually got me to figure out. I was like, what do I really want to do on my YouTube? Well, stay the course and just play the games I really want to play. But also, it gave me like an idea, just like I just want to do every stream of every level of Marvel Spider-Man games, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, or any other game. It really helped me out finding what I really want to do. And the more I played, I was like, what can I do to have more content in my video games, streaming video games? I know everyone does it. I know it's a big number. Everyone does it. Everyone in the world or whatever, right? It's like, so what? Like, who cares? You do your own version of streaming your favorite video games. And this game, this game helped me realize what I wanted to do in a more easier sense of just finding my way into this YouTube streaming, Twitch life, and just like streaming freaking video games, every level of the video game, which is an easy breakdown for anyone to do. Cut 30 to 40 minutes or maybe even an hour of your time, which this one was really short. I don't know when I started it, but it's only 12:33. Maybe I started at 11. And we're already here finishing that. That's 30 minutes that I just shown you a level, and it was short. It wasn't that long, and there you go. And you want to add a little outro, whatever outro you want to talk towards the end. That's what I do. I do the intro. I let you know about my work week, and then on the outro at the end of the level, I just think about what I want to say, and whatever. That's mainly what I was talking about in this video, and then exit out with that. So, you know, always stay vigilant. Always learn from your mistakes. Always be aware of your mistakes and what you can do on the fly to make it better. Okay, you lack time in here. Well, then let's be more efficient next time so you don't lack on the time. So if you're more efficient and you do it right the first way, you would maybe have more time if you set another problem that arises for you. Or you just try to do everything right, but not go too fast so you don't arise more problems for yourself. Because the more problems you arise, the longer it's all going to take, like what I had learned from the squid yesterday. It's your host, Teddy Peso. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to come watch me play Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. And the last mission we did was Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Tinker Tailor Spy. The mission we had just finished is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Thicker Than Blood. And the next mission that we are going to do is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales Like Real Science. This is your host, Teddy Peso. It's another Saturday. Have a blessed weekend with your family. Have a good weekend with your family. Be always grateful. You're always on the ground. You don't have to do a lot of things off the ground. You know, so just remember, hug your family, forgive each other. Tell your significant other, I love you. Whatever you got to do, help out your parents. We are all in it to win it. We are all here to work together. Please look out for one another. It's your host, Teddy Peso. I'm signing out. Thank you, Sohrahb. One of our newest guys in the freaking industry gave me these alone. That's my dog. That's my Middle Eastern brother right there from Iran. He's an Iranian dude, really good dude, loves hip-hop. I love this guy. I already like him. He's a good dude. Until the next time we climb with that crew, shout out to Sebastian Gonzalez. Good top hand. Shout out to Joshua Dodge, everyone else at the crew. It's your host, Teddy Peso. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Francisco Bermasco Pies, too. Stephanie Shipper, Deepak Prasad, everyone. It's your host, Teddy Peso. I love you guys. Until then, the next stream, I was just finally... I also finally re-downloaded my Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and on the PlayStation 5, I uploaded it, and now I'm ready to play it, and it has all my freaking memory and the stuff that I bought with it. It's so tight. I gotta download some older games on PlayStation 5. It's your host, Teddy Peso. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Here we go. I'm out of here. You talk too much, Ted. Just freaking get out of the freaking stream already. 56 minutes. I like that. I'm having to keep that together. Ain't no problem. I'm pinned up together. Baby, don't come back. Say you miss. I'm thinking about you.